Oh, hello. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. Just in my library here. Been making some apple pies, as you can see. I'm gonna read a couple books here. The first book will be Harvesting Frostbite Spider Venom. Okay. My reserves of frostbite spider venom are nearly depleted. The injuries I suffered in my last encounter with these deadly arachnids prevent me from undertaking the task myself, which is why I've hired you. Collecting the venom of the frostbite spider is not a complicated task, but there is some risk involved. I've written this brief guide in the hope that you'll be able to avoid making some of the mistakes that I've made. Frostbite spiders most often make their lairs in caves. These creatures do not shun the icy climes of the north, for as their name implies, they are largely immune to the cold. When food is especially scarce, a spider will venture out to hunt prey in the wilderness. Usually, however, the eight-legged devils prefer to ambush those unfortunate creatures who venture into their caverns seeking shelter. The easiest way to locate a nest of frostbite spiders is to search for their large webs. Just take care not to get caught in one, for these webs are strong enough to trap a full-grown man. Once any part of you touches the sticky threads, it's nearly impossible to get free without help. Also keep a watchful eye toward the ceiling. The frostbite spider is as stealthy as it is swift, and can drop down onto your head and have its fangs in your back before you can scream. As long as you find the frostbite spider before it finds you, collecting the venom should be a simple matter, because they rely on their webs to immobilize their prey. The creatures are not that difficult to kill in open combat. If you're inclined toward the arcane arts, don't bother with ice spells. Fire magic will serve you far better. With that, I will say farewell and good hunting. Remember, any loot that you find in the spider's web is yours to keep. The larger the hole, the larger the spider. Well, that's that one. And now we're going to take a look at this. Killing Before You're Killed, by Eduardo Corbis. I've seen many men rush headlong into battle, only to have their life cut short in an instant. I've been a trainer of the warrior arts for many spans, cut from the cloth of a great lineage of knights, blades, and even a distant sellsword or two. It's with this knowledge that I'll try to pen a brief treatise on the subtle art of war. Not mage fire, not archery, or criminal throat-slitting, but war, man on man, with nothing but a fine bit of steel between them. The first thing you'll need to learn is how to block. The best way not to get killed is not to let the other man hit you. Use a shield, use it well. Now you'll get tired from this. You may even get a little hurt, but a blocked blow is much better than a landed one. Over time you'll get better, eventually shrugging off even the mightiest of hits. But beware, your foes, if they're not base cur bandits, will know how to counter you. They'll hit you with everything they've got in order to open you up and keep on hitting, so watch for those powerful attacks. While it's still better to absorb the impact with a 1/4 inch of steel, it's best to try to just step out of the way. Remember, against spells your blocking is useless until you're trained. So get up on mages quickly and let them eat steel. Deserves them right for using a witch weapon. You can also block without a shield as well. Just cross that blow with your sword, though this isn't nearly as effective. And if you decide you fancy and want to wield two blades, you can't block at all, so don't even try. Without both hands on the hilt, you just won't have the strength to counter blows. But with a weapon in each hand, you are much more likely to take your opponent down quickly. The best defense, some say. To wield the blade, there are some fundamentals. Quick strikes are always good, but can be repelled, so watch your opponent's own defensive postures. Wait for an opening, or create one with your own heavy attacks. Hammers hit hardest but are slow. Same with maces and all blunt weaponry. Axes are a nice middle ground, while swords are the quickest but won't stagger your opponent as effectively with the hard hits. Keep an eye not to get too exhausted. Always try to save a little of your strength to counter blows, or even run. Keep moving during a fight. Never let yourself get cornered or surrounded. Pick your threats. Weak spellcasters that can hurt you quick are the first things I felt. The shield is not only a defensive tool. Put your shoulder into it and bash your opponent. This sends them flying and opens them up for quick counter assaults. Even better, put extra weight into it. Power bash your opponent. If they're small, this will put them on their knees. Bigger opponents cannot be staggered by heavy attacks. Only the power bash will really knock them around and create openings for you to exploit. So again, block, counter, bash, hit them when they're down. They'll show no mercy, so why should you? Battle is about offense, about catching your foe early and never relenting. Keep moving, keep swinging. If you consider yourself overly powerful, pick up a two-handed weapon and see your foes fall before you like wheat stalks. They're slow and unwieldy, but they shatter bones and cleave flesh better than anything. The graves are filled with many a mediocre swordsman. If you don't have a stomach for war, try a monk's work. But if you do travel the path of the warrior, learn the basics and keep your head firmly planted on your shoulders, or someone's bound to lob it off. What was that other book called? Killing Before Your Kind. Here we go. Hey, yo. I'm gonna bring them in an apple pie.
There's a gorgeous tree that grows right up through a cave to the northeast of here.
Here, girls, enjoy. They must be collecting all of these. Hey, Runa.
Papa!
I've got something for you.
Wow, really? What do you get me?
Child's doll.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Lucia.
I like it here.
I've got
The tree
something.
in the park is so pretty.
I got something for you.
Wow, really? What do you get me?
A green apple.
Thanks.
Yep. Alright. I'm gonna put my my claws in here. Four of them. I thought there should be five. One claw. Oh, there's one. Okay. We're good. Okay. Night, girls. I'm out of here. Well, let's take a look at a note. Letter from Calcimo. Fandango, it has come to my attention that you may have recently acquired a certain dwarf. I've already actually gave him that. He's already received the arrow. But he wants something else. Fandango, it has come to my attention you may have recently acquired a certain dwarven bracers of major welding from Warmanes. I'm not sure how much an object came to find itself resting there, but I've been trying to obtain one for my research. If you still have it, or if not, find another one. I would be most appreciative if you were to bring it to me here in Markars. I will pay handsomely. Sincerely, Calcimo. So we'll keep that and we'll give it back to him.